Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown. Got a Choice Specs Keldeo moveset right here that we're going to be building an OU team around. Then I'm going to go ahead and hop on the OU ladder after to make improvements to the team, and the final team will be down below in the description for all of you to try out. So, looking at this Keldeo moveset right here, the two biggest switch-ins are Tapu Fini and Toxapex. For those of you who may have played in Auras, you probably know that Specs Keldeo was really good back then. Like, the only big switch-in was Lottie, and despite the fact that Lottie has much lower usage now, Keldeo's definitely still not as good just due to the introduction of those two Pokemon in Generation 7, so kind of sucks, but it's still definitely viable. Obviously, Ash Greninja spammed a lot more, but this thing is definitely very underrated right here. So we got Hydro Pump as our main stab right here, Surf for secondary water stab in case we don't have to risk the miss. Secret Sword is our fighting stab of choice just because Focus Blast is an unmove. And then Icy Wind is still great to catch Pokemon like Torn and Lottie on the switch in and be able to slow those down. So I like that right here. And in terms of Pokemon that want to pair with this Pokemon, like I said, the two biggest switch-ins are Tapu Fini and Toxapex, so electric type's a really great option. Zapdos is definitely a good one, as it's able to go ahead and defog for this thing. Like, T-Specs are really annoying. But that Pokemon is weak to hazards anyway, and it doesn't really have many good pivoting options with the Volt Switch. It's not that great of a Volt Switch user. And I find that when you use that Pokemon, a lot of the times you just switch it in, hoping for it to get static on something like Torn or Landorus-Therian, and then they just bring out like a bigger threat like Kyurem, and then you just take a hit. So, not quite sure how interested I am in that. Instead, I thought a much more offensive option would be... No hate to Zapdos, by the way. I know it's a great Pokemon, but it's just not something I enjoy using. I just find it over-reliant on static, of course. But I think Koko here is a much better option. I'm not saying you can't use Keldeo without Koko, but it's honestly the best option. Just being able to defog T-Specs away really nicely, and it's able to go ahead and roost up, which obviously Zapdos can do as well, but like I said, when you're weak to hazards, you're kind of put in positions where you're forced to roost, so I like this option a lot better, and we're going to go with the Defog pivot set that I like to run right here with Thunderbolt, and no HBIs basically. We have Roost, Defog, and then U-turn because we want that momentum on ground types into our Keldeo. We don't want to try to Volt Switch out on Lando and not be able to get in our breaker right here, so this is a really great option, and I think it can also help pivot in on Pokemon like Lottie. Pokemon like Mega Lottie are really problems to this, and I mean obviously it's a problem to Keldeo as well, so we probably have to add a check to that later. I think right here we can go ahead and run probably the Z move. I think this will be our Z move user for the team. If I find a better option later, I might make it lefties and add some bulk onto it, so we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and run this right here and just run a Timid Nature. I do like to go with minus attack because you don't really need the attack, and you do want a bit of defense to help tank hits from Hawlucha. In fact, that's why I do put the 4 in defense now. I used to put it in Spit F to help out with Shuriken, but it doesn't really make a difference. The 4 can make a difference against Hawlucha, so we'll go ahead and do that right here. Now, in terms of Pokemon that both of these struggle with, Tangrowth and Mega Lottie, as I said, are definitely very threatening Pokemon that deal with both of these, so I do want to add Pokemon that can deal with those. Scarf Blacephalon is definitely an option, being able to threaten both with this dual stab, but then you have to predict properly, and I don't know how much I like that. I mean, what other options are there? Mega Scissor could be good, but I've actually seen HP Fire Mega Latios running around a little bit recently. I know Mega Latios isn't very commonly used. Mega Latios is the main one, but I mean, I don't really want to risk that right here when we do want a reliable check. It would provide us another... Well, I wouldn't really run Defog on it since I have this. I would run an SD variant. We're not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and find something else right here. What else is down here? Weavile kind of threatens both with Knockoff and Icicle Crash, and you really don't have to predict with that because you knock off every time, because you can knock off the AV, which frees up your Keldeo stab right here and your Koko Z move, and if they go Lottie, then they're going to get bopped, so that's actually a really good idea right here. We're going to go ahead and run, I think, Weavile to threaten that core of Lottie plus Tang, and it's also able to go ahead and threaten Torn, which obviously Koko can do very well as well, but I think I'm going to be clicking U-turn most of the time with my Koko right here, just for the momentum into these two breakers, and I think we're running Banded Weavile, as I said, just to be able to maintain that pressure in terms of wall breaking right here. So we'll go with Knockoff, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, and I think Low Kick. I don't really see the need to run anything else. I could go with Poison Jab, I guess, but here, let's see. I mean, I'm not really weak to Clef. I mean, we can break it with this, but after a Calm Mind, Clef looks like a problem. Could go with Poison Jab. Do I see a even... Low Kick is good too to threaten Kyurem. What else would Low Kick help us out with? I don't know, Low Kick, I mean, it would help us out with Tar, but like I said, these two are really good against Tyranitar anyway, so maybe I do go with Poison Jab, but then that would be exclusively for Clef, and I feel like I'm adding a Steel type later to help out with Fairies anyway, so I don't know, tough call right here. I feel like I'll go with Low Kick right now, just to help out with Steel types in general, but I don't know, I may switch it up to Poison Jab if Calm Mind Clef becomes that big of a problem later in the live. we'll go ahead and obviously run max speed right here. And I know it's not Scarf Weavile, which obviously is a meme on the ladder right now, but I think this is a much better option for this team right here. And I like where we're going right here. We already have two really great wall breakers. Obviously, like, more than half our team is choiced right now, but we can go ahead and fix that later. In terms of Pokemon that I want to add now, Rocks we still need on the team. Rock support is great for breaking. I would love some sort of Scarfer to help late game clean as well, so Cortana, Lando, Pokemon like those would be really nice. But I think for now I may want to add a Rocker to the team, so... I mean, I kind of want to get the Rocker in early, because if I don't add a Rocker soon, then I'm going to have to run a Rocker Mega Pokemon, which there are not too many options. I feel like I want to go with Scarf Lando first, though, just because of how much momentum it provides, and we kind of need some speed control against opposing Scarfers here. Like Scarf Cortana, for example, would be a giant threat. Obviously, Scarf Lando doesn't actually outspeed Scarf Cortana, but we could go ahead and run that anyway. In fact, do I want to run Scarf HP Fire Cortana? I saw that used in a tour recently, and it ended up OHKOing a Cortana, which we don't have a Grass Resist yet, so maybe Scarf HP Fire Cortana, Lando right here is the good idea. And it's not something I've ever run. I usually run HP Ice, and we're not weak to opposing Lando at all, because we have Keldeo plus Weavile, so I feel like I'm going to do that. I'm going to run Scarf HP Fire on Landorus-Therian right here. So Hidden Power Fire, and of course we'll go with the U-turn, and then I think Explosion would be the good idea, just because I don't really want to. Well, then I'm foregoing Stone Edge. How much of a big deal is that? I mean, Explosion's the better option, so we'll go ahead and do this. I believe they're on 244, and then 196 speed now, and then the rest goes in HP. The speed tier, I believe, is for Mega Zam, so Mega Zam hits 435, I believe. Let me go ahead and double check that. I think Mega Lopunny hits 435. Or is that 405? I feel like Mega Lopunny hits 405, and this hits 435? 438, okay, and then Lopunny hits 405, right? I believe that's correct. Yeah, so 405 on Lopunny. We got 438 here on this Pokemon, so we want to have enough speed for that. I believe this nature allows us to do that with a plus speed nature, obviously. I'm gonna go with minus Spadef. Well, actually, I'm using HP Fire for mainly Cortana, and that's gonna die anyway, so let's go ahead and do this. And I believe that's the correct speed tier. If I'm messing it up, then I'll go ahead and change it, but this looks correct to me, based on my memory right here. So we got more U-turn momentum. We already have a Defogger. Now the problem is, in adding this Pokemon, we cannot add a Rocker as our Lando right here. So in terms of Pokemon that can rock up and be a Steel type, Ferrothorn and Magearna. Well, Magearna doesn't get rocks. Jirachi would be the other option. Now, I think Ferrothorn or Magearna are going to be my best bets right here, because Keldeo can take on Ash Greninja's dual stab, but you get worn down really easily by Hydro Pump, and soon enough you won't be able to switch in, so maybe I should go with Ferrothorn right here as just a nice grass type. Against the rain teams too. Yeah, rain teams look terrible against my team right here. That's a problem too. I feel like I have to go Ferrothorn. How much Spadef would I put on it though? Because it would be my switch in to Pokemon like Kingdra. It would also probably be my opposing Keldeo switch in, just because I don't actually have a good switch in for the dual stab. Kind of have to predict. It would be my Rocker. I feel like I'm going to go ahead and do that. I kind of wanted to try out AV Magearna though, just because I haven't used it in so long. Yeah, I've kind of like underused Magearna a lot, but Ferrothorn's the best bet right here. Now, you know what? I'm going to use AV Magearna. I feel like Magearna can still switch into Ash Greninja. It can somewhat help against opposing Keldeo, just with all the HP investment in Spadef, so yeah, I feel like I'm going to go ahead and do this. I actually think they run 248 just for the odd HP stat, and we're going to go ahead and run a minus speed nature. Could go with minus attack, but I'm going to run Iron Head, just because opposing Shift Gear or any sort of setup Magearna is a problem. So yeah, minus speed is definitely the better idea. Go with AV right here, and I'll go ahead and run Flare Cannon, Iron Head. Hidden Power Fire on this too, just because, as I said, Cortana is a problem to this team. And then finally, Volt Switch. So it looks good to me right there. The only problem is the rain. The rain matchup is really not good right here. But I feel like you kind of have to pick your poison. Like, we have really good checks to a lot of Pokemon, but Rain and Volcarona in particular look like problems. Well, not really Volcarona. They don't run Giga Drain anymore, so Keldeo can at least take that if you keep it healthy. Now, I do need a Rocker as my Mega right now, which is kind of what I was kind of fearing that, but we can go ahead and see what we can work with. Aggron is a good idea, but we have a Steel type. Diancie is a good option. I've never run Rocks Mega Diancie before. Could be interesting. Another option is a Garchomp, but we already have enough breaking potential. I feel like Diancie for the extra speed could be better. And also, we don't have to Mega Evolve, so that allows us to be a lot more bulkier before we Mega, and then we can go ahead and throw up rocks then. So we're going to do this. We're going to run Rock. Since I have HP Fire on 2 Pokemon, as much as I love HP Fire Mega Diancie, we're not going to run that. I'm also going to forego Protect here and just run 3 attacks with Moonblast, Power Gem, and Earth Power, so that looks good to me right here. Really unique Mega Diancie. Obviously, I know that it's pretty standard coverage, but I never run Rocks, so curious to see how viable it is, and we'll go ahead and just run a Timid Nature here because I don't have Diamond Storm on the set, and yeah, we've used all our EVs right here. I really like the look of this team. Looks unique, but a lot more viable at the same time, so that looks good. I'll get this Lando spread double checked, but I'm pretty sure I got it right, and I'll be right back with our first game. Alright, I got the first game right here. Now, I did get the Lando spread correct, which is very cool. That's like the first time I've ever done that. Keldeo plus Lando here actually goes in, but Mega Zam is a giant problem. I'll lead off with Keldeo as much as I know Zam might be his lead. Gengar leads. Now, I'm not sure if I can actually take a Never-Ending Nightmare, but I'm going to click Hydro Pump here and see if he wants to sub up or anything. Just goes for Shadow Ball, and I'm going to Oko this unless it's Sash, unless my Hydro Pump hits over there, which we're going to get started right away. I'll go ahead and switch out here into my Magearna, as much as it sucks because I do need this healthy for Zam. Thankfully, no Spidef drop, and I'll go ahead and, I think, Flare Cannon here in case he wants to make some weird switch to Garchomp, expecting a Volt Switch / Iron Head. Now, you know, I'm just going to Volt Switch. I have good Garchomp switch-ins anyway. He goes Greninja, okay, so I would have actually Oko'd that. Not quite sure where that play came from, but maybe I should have run Pursuit on this. That could have been good tech. Not sure what this Greninja is. I'm just going to go out here into my Diancie, and I'm just going to not Mega Evolve and throw up these rocks now. I'm not Mega Evolving because I think I can take this. Yeah, Protean, I just die anyway, okay. That's never fun. We see Life Orb though, so that's good. I can go ahead and bring this out now and kind of just claim. I'll click Low Kick here. It'll kill this, and it'll catch Tyranitar. I guess Icicle Crash just kind of hits everything too, so let's click that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of that Pokemon there, which is cool. So not the very lucky start. I would have gotten rid of Gengar turn 1, but I missed my Hydro Pump, so it is what it is, though. I still think that this game is very winnable. It's just going to be a lot harder than it needed to be. Now, if he goes Tyranitar here, it's probably not the Mega. I think Mega Zam is the Mega right here, so unless it's Sash counter Zam, which would be like very, very interesting. I'll go Magearna here. If it is Sash counter Zam, I'll find out now, and if not, then I'll be in a good spot. It is Mega. Let's see if it has Psyshock or Psychic. D-Gleam, okay, so I'm glad I switched out. I don't want to bank on Focus Blast misses. I'll go right here for a Flare Cannon in case this guy tries to go Garchomp this time for no reason. I feel like he might, based on that Greninja play. Like, what was that? Greninja was a great breaker against my team, especially since Zam was able to pressure Magearna and Keldeo so easily. I don't know why he threw that out, but we'll see what we can do right here and at least try to claim a kill. Stays in, so he gets a Spidef drop though, so I'm going to hard switch out now into my Scarf. Lando kind of wins now too. I'll go Lando here on the attack / Garchomp. Okay, so not quite sure what this Garchomp is. I'll go here for U-turn, scouting for Helmet, and I'm thinking Zapdos comes out. Thankfully no paralysis, and I'm going to claim another Mon now basically. Icicle Crash claims. It should 2-hit KO Tyranitar very easily. And, yeah, not quite sure what his game plan is going to be after this. He gives me Zapdos. It actually somehow lived that. I get a flinch. Not quite sure what it clicked, but that was very lucky. At the same time, though, I missed my attack turn 1, so Gengar is a giant problem, which should be dead right now. So I'll take that if I can. I missed the next one, though, so I guess we're going to see what he would have clicked. It is a Roost, which I don't agree with at all, because now you're banking on another miss right here. So, not quite sure what he clicked the first time, though. Probably Heat Wave or Discharge. Not sure why he roosted, though, because now he's going to switch out, and this is probably getting 2-hit KO'd, if I had to guess. Yeah, easily. Lefties? It's not lefties, so I outspeed Scarf Tower, by the way. I definitely do, so I just need to hit this, and wouldn't you know it, I'm going to miss the attack and take a Fire Blast. I do live, though, because Weavile has decent Spidef. But I can go ahead and try to hit another one right here, and thankfully I hit that one. Not the best, though. I've missed 2 very crucial attacks this game. I still think I win, though, with Scarf Lando in the end. Because unless it's Icy Wind Gengar, I'll be able to take a hit from that. That's why missing on the Zapdos was so big, because that was his only ground resist, and now I can actually lose to that. Which is very lame, but yeah, all I would have needed was damage on Garchomp, and then I won with the Lando, so not quite sure what to think about that Zapdos miss right there. He goes back to Gengar. I guess that means this is Scarf. I'll switch out, I think, into maybe Magearna here on the Shadow Ball. Yeah, and at this point, I'm just going to click Flare Cannon. He's just going to stay in, but I get good damage, and, I mean, I feel like I can take damage on Lando now, maybe, but I don't want to lose to Scarf Chomp, so I gotta be careful. Do I throw this out? Man, this game would be over if I hit that attack, but I'll go for Iron Head here. And then, it is definitely Scarf, so I gotta figure this out. Koko can take anything, but I have to go for T-Bolt to knock it out, which is, like, very lame. What am I gonna do to win this now? I feel like those misses just set me so far back. Had I gotten rid of his Zapdos, as I said, this would be done, but... maybe Keldeo is gonna go down, I think, based on the first turn. Yeah, it took 49, and that's definitely a roll, so... I'm not playing around with that. I'll go Koko here, and just go for a Thunderbolt. I don't really care if Garchomp comes out, I'm not gonna lie. Ideally, he goes Zapdos and sacks that for no reason, and just gives me the game anyway, but he does go Garchomp. Yeah, like, I don't know what to do in this situation now because of those misses. I'm gonna Scout for Scarf and go Landorus-T here. And maybe he'll go for Earthquake, ideally. And then I can finally get in my Weavile again on the Zapdos. Which, I'm going to hard switch to Weavile. I'm not going to play around with that. What did he click? Earthquake. Yeah, I go hard Weavile here on the Zapdos, because I know he's going to try to Static Paralyze me. Yep, and ideally I hit this time. I've missed 2 in this game now. And like I said, once I get rid of this Pokemon, Scarf Lando wins, so... Weavile? And I not got anything that comes in here, so curious as to see what he'll do. Maybe Garchomp sack? Yeah, Garchomp comes out, I get rid of that, so... That's very beneficial to me. Now, Zam is a problem for sure. Zam comes out. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to go out here into my... Actually, I don't have to keep this, now that I think about it. Koko wins. So, all I actually have to do here is just go for... You know what, Keldeo, you didn't come through turn 1. You got to go down now. That was your opportunity, and you just threw it away, so yeah. Goodbye, Keldeo. This can come out. It lives anything. Like, I'll live a Psychic for sure, and I can go right here for Thunderbolt. At least I think I will. I'm at full health. I should take anything. Let's see. Like I said, if this Pokemon goes down, then I think my Landorus wins on the spot. But the misses made this a lot harder than it needed to be, which is kind of a little bit frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, ideally just give me Zapdos, man. You already did it once. But if he stays in right here, I might be in a bad spot against this Gengar. Yeah, Gengar and Zapdos should be dead, and this game should be over, but at least it makes it more interesting. I guess that's a thing. We'll see, though, because if I die right here... Okay, he's going to give me the Zapdos, which... he's just giving me the game now. And everything's in range, so I'll just go for Thunderbolt here. He'll knock me out, and then with, I guess, this Pokemon, Gengar. And I'll actually keep Koko alive, because it can actually take a hit from the Zam. So I'll sack off Weavile here to get in Landorus-T. This should be Scarf, and if it's not, I outspeed anyway. So I go right here for Earthquake. And then he has to... First, he has to switch out and then go for Icy Wind. And if he locks into Icy Wind, then my Tapu Koko can take that and knock it out. So we're able to win this game, it looks like, in the end anyway, which is very cool after missing all those attacks. So I'll go for Earthquake here. If he has Icy Wind, he clicks it. He has HP Ice. And like I said, Koko is going to live HP Ice. And I'm not going to reveal my Z move in case we play this guy again. So I'll go ahead and drop a GG. Obviously, the misses were a little bit annoying, but I mean, it worked out for us, which is cool. I'll go ahead and drop a GG there. Very nice. And I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I got the next game right here. I just played an opponent who dipped at preview. Kind of funny because I was actually probably going to lose that game. He had double ground with Mamo Garchomp, and then he had a Mantine for my Keldeo, so I don't know. I'm kind of glad he didn't choose a lead. It was kind of funny though. I'll go ahead and lead off here with my Diancie. Tough lead because he can lead off with Metagross, but I'll pivot into Landorus in that case. But I'm trying to counter the Alolan Ninetales lead, which is what happens right here. And I'm just going to attack what's in front of me. I don't want this guy to be one of those guys who just stays in. I don't even know if Power Gem Okos, and Alolan Ninetales has a good Spit F. This is where Diamond Storm would be a little bit more useful, but yeah, he stays in right here. Can this Oko? It just gets rid of it. Nice. So no Veil for my opponent. He can go Metagross and try to get up rocks here. And I'm just going to stand. I can't allow rocks to go up, so I'll click Earth Power. As if he tries to get up rocks, he just goes for Iron Head. Like I said, totally cool with me because... Yeah, very cool with me actually, because I get to bring in this now. Click U-turn, and nothing is setting up on me. I literally bring in a Weavile and just click buttons. Or actually, maybe Landorus would be a better idea here. Well, let's go Scarf Lando just to scout what his initial response is. Brings out Manaphy, as I thought he might. I can either Explode here, or I can go for 2 Earthquakes. I'm thinking Explode, because actually, Gigarna should be able to deal with this. Yeah, Electric Terrain's up. I'll go here for the U-turn. He'll go for the Z-Rain Dance. Actually, just Ice Beams. Interesting. I'll go for Volt here. I don't think Hard Zygarde's a play you make. Should I just Fleur? I feel like this guy's going to be crazy and go Hard Zygarde. I'm going to Volt. Okay, so he's actually lefty's Manaphy, so it's Tail Glow, which means if I Volt out here successfully on a Tail Glow, he actually went Hard Zygarde. Not a play I agree with. I got to keep this alive because of this Pokemon here. I do have a Weavile with Ice Shard, which is a Choice Banded Ice Shard. I'll go here into Landorus on the sub, so he's going to be like sub Glare or whatever, which is not a fun time. Do I just explode on this and bring in my Weavile now? I feel like I should. But at the same time, I feel like I can just go right here for an Earthquake. Man, this is very whack. I don't know, because he's going to Glare here for sure, unless he's not Glare, which would be good for me. I'll go for Earthquake. He's Toxic, that's fine. As long as he wasn't Glare, I would be cool with this, so I go for Earthquake now. It looks like he's leftovers on this too, okay. And nothing actually takes Earthquake. Manaphy will get 2-hit KO'd. It could be Scarf Lele, but he just stays in. That took 0. You guys just see how that took no damage? Okay, so I can Earthquake twice though, it looks like, and I should be able to deal with him just fine. Goes for another one. So Weavile should take +1 E-Speed, which is kind of what I'm going to go off of here. Yeah, that's not happening. And, yeah, just knock me out, dude. There you go. Keldeo definitely lives one, too. Do I take the hit with Keldeo and keep Weavile in the back for Absol? That's probably a better idea, because Weavile kind of wins after this, so... And we know he's not Z-moves, so this will definitely live one. And I'll be going for Surf here. Yeah, Surf. Yeah, I took that with ease. Wow, that Zygarde had like no attack investment. So that's cool. Brings out his Manaphy. I'm just going to Surf this, I think, just to make sure it's not a problem. As my opponent just clicks Energy Ball. And yeah, I just bring this in now. I go right here for a Thunderbolt. Knock that out. Lele comes in. I always go Magearna just to reset the terrain. On the Absol double. Click Fleur Cannon here. As he tried to Fire Blast. That would have done like 30%. I Volt out now on the Psyshock. I can live one under terrain here, drop the Z move, and that is going to be a GG. So that Zygarde is very scary, I'm not going to lie. That would have been a little bit tough if it was Glare, because if I got paralyzed repeatedly, that would have been a problem. We're able to win though, and I'll be right back with another game. Okay, got the next game right here. We got the matchup that I was just not hoping to find, which is Rain, but I think it's doable. No, actually, it's not doable at all. We're going to get 6-0'd by this Magearna. I mean, this Swampert here, but what's his Rain setter? Like, he has to have Rain Dance on something, which, I don't know, that's a little bit interesting. I'll lead off here with, I think, Diancie. And, I think I'll just throw up rocks in regular form. This could be, he could try to get up his rocks, though, so I'll actually Mega Evolve. Just on an Earthquake, okay, whatever. Allows me to bring in my Keldeo. And click Hydro. Goes Ludicolo. This might... No, it's 4 times resisted, but it's still a strong attack. Doesn't do anything. Alright, I'll bring in Mag here. Alright, so we got up rocks, which is cool. Yeah, there's the Rain Dance, which is a little bit scary. He doesn't actually switch into Fleur Cannon, I just realized, so... And he gives me damage on this, which is, like, really good for me. I think I'll just throw out Lando here. He has Zap plus Torn, so... If he Power-Up Punches, it's probably game, but I'm hoping he doesn't. Just goes for Ice Punch. Allows me to bring back my Keldeo, and I'm thinking this time I just go for Spec Surf. Like, he's at -1, something's going to take the hit, and nothing's going to appreciate it. I need to keep my Magearna healthy for Gran, and we should be good from there. I don't know, I'm so tempted to Secret Sword, just hoping he throws out the one Pokemon that can take a hit here. But I feel like it's not going to kill Swampert, so... You know what, it's Choice Specs, but I don't know, I'm going Torn or Zapdos. That would be, like, very unfortunate if I don't get to capitalize on momentum right here, so... I'll go for Surf. Like I said, this matchup is terrible, but I've kept all the Pokemon that I actually need to win this game alive, and I think... I mean, Diancie could have been nice to have around too, but I need these rocks up to make sure Torn and Zapdos go down to my attacks. He stays in, so I'm going to get rid of this Pokemon. Nice, that's a good trade-off, I think, because that would have 6-0'd me. I can actually win now, with just a Weavile alone outside of Trick Room. So, brings out Ludicolo. I'll always go Magearna here. Like, I can afford to take the damage now with this, and, am I faster? No, I won't be faster, but I can at least Flare Cannon to make sure this is the last Rain. He doesn't set up rain again, so I think I win with Weavile in the end of the day. Unless Grand becomes that big of an issue, but I have 2 Pokemon that can resist the dual stab, and his water resists are very limited now. Actually, can my Keldeo take an Earthquake? Okay, goes out into this. I think I'll just go hard Weavile. Now I'll go Koko first. On Heat Wave. Okay, I'll get rid of that there. Zygarde might come out and just win if it's Dragon Dance. Sort of wish I had HP Ice. Yeah, Zygarde comes out. I have to U-turn hard into my Keldeo just to threaten. Goes for 1,000 arrows. Okay, that's okay with me. Allows me to bring in this, and I need to hit my attacks. Come on, Weavile. Koko's gonna win this game. Gives me that. Okay. So, tough call here. I gotta keep Magearna alive, so I'll go for Icicle Crash. He gets his Battle Bond, but I get to bring this out now. I think I live, but then I lose to Koko. I mean, I lose to this thing, which is a problem. Yeah, I take that, and then I lose to Zygarde, because my Weavile died. But had I sucked off... First of all, had I gone hard Magearna, I would have lost a Hydro Pump on the spot. He actually goes for E-Speed. Had I lived that, I actually would have won by Roost stall. Yeah, he was definitely locked into that. I would have won. What was the roll on that? I'm going to calc that right now. Did I just lose to an E-Speed roll, or did that always kill? I guess he expected HP Ice, but he should know that he lives that. Let's see right here. Specs. I guess just an offensive Koko. Banned Zygarde. How much did that always do? 48 to 57, so it was a roll in his favor, but I guess the odds of hitting 2 Hydro Pumps and connecting that attack is pretty low. I think he should have 1,000 arrows, but it worked out for him, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, so I just lost to another rain team after battling the first one, which is unfortunate that I found 2 in a row. Like I said when building the team, this team's poison is definitely rain, and I have no matchup against that. We got Sand here, which Lando can actually do well against, which is nice. Especially if that's Mega Zardax, then I just get Earthquake through the entire team. Keldeo is going to be on my lead here, on the Tar lead. I mean, Specs Hydro Pump is my play. I clicked a turn 1 before, and it did not hit. Maybe it'll hit this time. He should go Feeny, but I'm trying to capitalize damage on Feeny. Like, this will do a nice 30%, which could be really helpful. 33%, yeah, and that's why you click Hydro Pump and not Surf. Koko can come out here. On Nature's Madness does too much damage. I'll actually go for the U-turn here. I'm expecting Drill. Yeah. And with the Drill coming out now, I think it's Steel EMZ, but on the off chance it's a Ground EMZ, I'll go Landorus first. And I'm thinking just click Earthquake. Now I'm gonna click U-turn. He's switching out into Charizard, yeah. You do that every time. I bring this out now. I'm pretty sure Specs Hydro Pump will OHKO Zardois in the sun, so that's my play here. He could go back to Feeny, but between Sand and 2 Hydro Pumps, it'll die, so don't think that's something my opponent would do. And ideally, he just stays in and gives me this, because then I just click EQ. Alright, Keldeo, I need this Keldeo to OHKO this Pokemon now. Need to play my Magearna smart. I'm glad I've been playing offensively in the early game right here, getting this position in. So if I hit 2 Hydro Pumps in a row, this goes down. I do hit Hydro Pump number 1. Unfortunately, Leftovers is going to kind of prevent Sandstorm. I can take a Moonblast though, so I'm totally okay with just clicking Hydro Pump again. As long as I hit it, I'll be cool. Or do I just switch out and click Surf later? Because Koko cannot take a Moonblast from 44, which means Hydro Pump is my play. Keldeo's let us down a few times in the past this live, so let's see if it can come through right here. Nice and nice. So Water Resist gone, meaning Keldeo's free to click Surf this entire game. Now, if Drill comes out here, Mimikyu comes out, so it's going to try to set up an SD. So I'll just go here into my Magearna. Yeah, Magearna's my play, then what I do, it actually goes right for the Z, so this kind of sucks because I'm putting myself in a bad spot versus his Scarf Lele, so I actually got a hard switch out here into my Diancie. No, I'm going to Volt out. I feel like I can afford to take the next hit. Hard Drill is a really interesting play in my opinion. He's going to click probably EQ here. I'll go Lando T on the Tar. Click U-turn. U-turn's very free. Rocks probably go up. I'll go Keldeo here on an Ice Beam. No, not a problem at all. I'll click Surf now. Basically claim a kill now. It looks like this T-Tar should go down to Spec Surf. Lele, if it comes out, could be Scarf. Yeah, I think the Scarfer is Lele here. So he gives me Tar, which means the moment that Zard Mega Evolves, it's going to be a giant problem. I'll Surf here, just because if he tries to SD up, then I lose. He tries to catch my Lando, which would have done like 30% anyway, so not quite sure the mindset behind that play. He goes ahead and disconnects, so I'm going to assume he's not coming back. If he does, then I'll go ahead and continue the battle. But if not, then I'll be right back with another game. Alright, so I took a break and came back. Just a quick rundown. Basically, this Keldeo does not hit Hydro Pumps ever. I missed twice against a Heatran, once against a Lando T, which would have actually won against my team. And he just basically gave me the Pokemon and then threw, so not quite sure what to think about that. I'm good now, though. Like, I took a break and came back just to get the tilt out of the way. But Weavile actually goes in right here, just clicking Icicle Crash through the entire team. I'll lead off with Koko, expecting, well, not Grand. This is Protean Grand, so could have the Gunk. I'll go Magearna here on a U-turn. So had I actually just attack turn 1, I would have been in a good spot. If he goes Ferrothorn, I'll actually take the damage on that for my water type attacker right here, and for my Weavile, just clicking Icicle Crash. But yeah, it's been a struggle because I have like 100 points to regain now, and I'm not even that high on the ladder. I was at like 70 at the beginning of this live. I was hoping to get at least up to 1700, but now it's kind of just me trying to get back to where I started, which is okay. I mean, I can always do the laddering off screen by just using some sort of cheese like hyper offense. But then again, that's pretty boring. So I'd like to gain ELO on screen if possible. Let's see what my opponent brings out here though, because Medicham cannot knock me out from 94, I think. Let's see if Medicham KOs Magearna. I don't think it does 94 to max HP. If so, then Medicham's like stupidly strong, even though it already is. Okay, so it could, which is scary. But he would need like an insanely high roll. So goes Ferrothorn. Like I said, I do want damage on this, so that's okay. And now I'll Volt out into Keldeo. No, not Keldeo. Do I risk Keldeo? He actually has Protect, so rip all my damage. I'm clicking Volt here. And I'm going to pivot to Lando on Rocks. Yikes, this Ferrothorn is going to be a giant problem. I'll go Keldeo here on Protect. He's intimidated anyway, so in the worst case, if he Power Whips, I'll take it. I don't know, I feel like I still am playing on tilt. But ideally, my Weavile can pull through here. Hidden Power Fire did nothing, by the way. Do you guys see that? 36%. Man, minus special attack Lando. It's mainly here for Cart, but I don't know. I feel like him just attacking here is a very low risk play, so. Or maybe double Leech Seed. Power Whips, it's very fine with me. Secret Sword here. Secret Sword again. On Zap. Koko comes in. I mean, Koko is my breaker here. Koko can easily clean this up. Gotta be careful about the Greninja, though, because Protean Greninja is a problem. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna ladder up this account to like 1800 off screen. I have an ult in the 1800s right now, by the way. I'm trying to get that up to top 10, if possible, but yeah, ideally I can get this one up somewhere with it, because it gives me Zap, okay? Because I don't know how to predict around people this low on the ladder. It's very confusing to me. So, yeah, I'll see what I can do off screen, maybe get some more competitive battles for the videos, but for now, though, at least I can try to get some points back right now. It would be very cool. Electric type attacks are very great here. Surprised it gave me Zap, to be honest. Like, I would have gone Pharaoh every time, but I don't know. Did I never turn on timer? No, I did. It's just that it hasn't come on yet. Goes Medi. I mean, I'll take the U-turn. I mean, the fake out. It's fine. I'm not going to stand, though, due to the possibility of Bullet Punch. Landorus is actually a terrible play. Yeah, I'll go for U-turn. I don't think he has Bullet Punch. And even if he does, like, Koko did its job getting rid of Zapdos. So I think if he switches to Ferrothorn, I can take the Iron Barbs plus Rocks and come back in later, I believe. The one thing that's scaring me right here is this Salamence. But I do have Ice Shard on a Pokemon, which is nice, so I'm not going to risk Lando. I'm not going to risk Weavile. Magearna is riskable. Keldeo is probably the most riskable here, as he tries to Ice Punch, and this actually gives me an opening to attack here, which is really nice. And I'm going to click Hydro Pump, my strongest attack. No, can I do that here? I don't think so. I'm gonna Hydro Pump. I feel like even if he goes Salamence, I have Ice Shard Weavile. So he goes Feeny. I do hit a Suicide Hydro Pump, and I can actually try it twice now. Wow, 2 for 2. Who would have thought? What do I do here? Weavile's looking great in this endgame. Diancie should be able to knock this out, so I'll bring that out. I'll actually try to get a Brox here. Yeah, I can take that, and then I think Moonblast knocks him out after, from 54. If it doesn't, it'll be really bad. Wow, I ate it up. Okay. It is what it is, though. Like, I'm still in an okay spot here to win. It's just a little bit tougher than it needs to be. This is cool with me. I'll just Roost up a couple times. On the taunt. Now I get to Thunderbolt that and knock it out. And my Koko's back in the game, which is really, really cool. This doesn't matter to me. Pharaoh comes out. I'll U-turn out here into Magearna. This Ferrothorn is so annoying. I'll go Lando here on the Protect. Just start spamming Earthquake. You Protect here. Hard Gran. Interesting. What does it have? Z-Dig? Okay, it has that. Give me that Pokemon. Okay, that's a good start. I feel like my Weavile just wins by clicking Icicle Crash, so that's what I'm going to do. How much health does this Ferrothorn have? 64. It may eat. I don't know. Yeah, you can take this now. I go Weavile here. I need to hit some attacks, and then I win the game, I think. So this is the first attack I need to hit here. And even if it doesn't kill, I think Koko will wraps up the game with Thunderbolt, so I think I might be fine. Does Thunderbolt do 75 to Mence? Koko, Defog pivot against Mence. I can't actually type in Mence, I gotta type in Salamence. Thunderbolt does not do the damage. Goes out into this. Yeah, so I keep this alive, I think. Go out into this here. Do I just explode? Expecting Mence to come in? That's bad. That's really bad. But actually, I think I win anyway, because what I do here is I just Roost up. Like, indefinitely. And then I Defog, and then I just make sure he's in range eventually. And yeah, he'll eventually miss one of those too. It's 14 out of 16. I have 11 Roosts. So I'll Defog everything now. Goes Mence. Interesting play. I'll Thunderbolt here. On probably a DD. I paralyze it. I think I need to low kick here. Knock that out. How old is Pharaoh? 100? Banded Weavile is gonna win this game, it looks like. Alright, do not double protect on me, please. It's got a lot closer than it needed to be, I think, but he needs a double protect. If he gets it, then it's whatever, but it did not happen for him, and Weavile's gonna clutch out the game on 9%, so that worked out for us. I feel like if he just stayed in with Ferrothorn, I might have lost. I mean, I might have lost, yeah. You guys see how many points I lost? Like, I'm in the 1400s right now because of a ton of Hydro Pump misses. Honestly, I should just stop running that move. Like, there's a reason I run Surf on Greninja so often. We have time for more games, though. Another win will put me back in the 1500s, and then I'll ladder up to at least the 1700s in between, but yeah, I'll be right back with the final game. Alright, I got the next game right here. Like I said, but tomorrow I'll either have this account up on the top of the ladder, or I'll be laddering on an account higher up, because I don't want to keep on uploading these like 1500s live for you guys, so I'll go ahead and see what I can do. Weavile is great right here, actually, just clicking Icicle Crash. Keldeo is great right here too. Leads off with Heatran. Just gonna click Hydro Pump, turn 1 as obvious as Bulu is. Wish I had Scald to go for that burn, but who knows. If I miss this Heatran, that would be really bad. In fact, I'm clicking Surf. Like, it's not really going to make a difference if I click Hydro Pump on Bulu versus Surf on Bulu. It's going to get like all its health back with the grassy terrain plus possible lefties anyway. Yeah, so Bulu comes out. Do a good amount, which is nice. And yeah, it is lefties grassy terrain. I can go Landorus here, or I can go Magearna. I feel like Magearna doesn't do too much. Yeah, so it goes for Horn Leech. That's totally cool with me. I think he'll outspeed me, so I can just go for Volt here pretty safely. But I'm going to Flare Cannon in case he wants to make some weird play into Lando/Zygarde. Goes Heatran, okay. Soul Volt out here. And probably bring in my Diancie, maybe. I gotta keep Keldeo healthy for that Scissor, which is going to be really vital. So I'll go Diancie here. I think trade my hazards now. Yeah, I'll go for hazards here. On possibly Scissor coming in, possibly Lando coming in, possibly Bulu coming in. There's a lot of plays my opponents could make right here. We shall see, though. And if he stays in, I mean, Earth Power isn't weakened by Grassy Terrain. Let's go Lando. I need my own Lando alive. My opponent defogs, so that's very good for me. I will be going right here for a Power Gem in case he goes out into Scissor or any of these Pokemon. So it looks like my opponent's Scarf Lando, so I made a good play right there, expecting the Defog/not Earthquake. So go Scissor. Takes 50. He's going to Roost here for sure, but I'm going to go Keldeo. Yeah, goes for Roost. I can pretty safely Hydro Pump or Icy Wind. I'll go for Hydro Pump. Yeah, I got a nice 71% off, and that means that thing can't switch into my Diancie's Power Gem anymore, which will be very helpful in terms of weakening some stuff. So it goes Koko here. I'll just bring out my Magearna. He tries to catch my other Pokemon. Nice. I'll go for Flare Cannon again. Goes for U-turn. Ideally, he tries to go Zygarde or something this time. Back to Heatran as always, okay. I'm okay with taking this hit, to be honest. I'll go for Volt Switch. Goes for Earth Power, doesn't do too much damage. And this allows me to bring out perhaps my Koko here. Or maybe Diancie. Diancie's fine. Diancie actually looks really solid. So here what I can do is just click Earth Power. And knock out the Heatran. So that'll free up my Magearna a little bit. And out comes Scissor. I'll just go Keldeo again on the BP. Hit him up with the Hydro Pump here. No, I'm going to Surf. Because if this thing roosts, that's really bad. So brings out the Bulu as my opponent should. I'll go Magearna here. It's not as important now. And I do have HP Fire to prevent the Scissor from roosting. So it goes for Superpower. That's cool. I'll go right for an Iron Head here in case he wants to stay in. And then I think with the Scissor so weakened, Weavile should be able to just click Icicle Crash and wear him down. What do I do here? Because he has two ground types, he has a Scissor, he could just stay in. Not sure what my best play is. I'll click Flare. No, but then that gives Scissor the Roost, and that's not what I want. I'll click Iron Head. Yeah, Iron Head's the play. Because it gets damage off on something that may want to come in. I gotta be careful not to lose to Zygarde, by the way. Like, my Keldeo is in range of 1,000 arrows, which is scary. My Landorus is still at full, which is really nice to be able to deal with that Pokemon. But it goes Landorus to sack it off. I think this dies. If not, then it'll suck. But yeah, I got a crit. I don't think the crit matters from 14, but I knock it out, which is cool. Either Zygarde or Scissor comes out. And no matter what comes out, I'm going to stay in and hit and Power Fire the Scissor or Flare Cannon the Zygarde. Zygarde comes out. I still have an Assault Vest. I'll go for Flare Cannon here. I don't care if he subs up. It opts to just knock me out. Bring this out here. And I just click Icicle Crash and basically claim. I feel like Knock might not be a bad play. Just because I feel like Knock will actually knock out the Scissor. And I can at least scout for what this Koko is. Is it Z? No, it's not Z. It is Shuka. So that's good for my Lando. And allows me to bring out my Koko now. On the Roost. Just click Thunderbolt. Actually, no, I'm going to U-turn. Scout for what sort of set he is. He might be slower than me for sure, but that's okay. And I'll bring in Landorus here on his U-turn. Gets a crit. Don't think that'll end up mattering either. So he either goes Bulu, Scissor, or... Well, yeah, he has to know Bulu, Scissor, Zygarde, obviously, but I think maybe Zygarde's his play. Goes Bulu, okay, so a little bit of a problematic Pokemon now that I don't have good responses. I could Explode here. Yeah, I'm just gonna Explode and win with my Keld. Because what the scenario allows me to do is bring out my Weavile again. He could have Protect, but I don't really care at this point. I go for Icicle Crash. He does have Protect. And at this point, this thing cannot switch into my Keldeo anymore, which is going to be really, really solid late game. Obviously, Koko becomes a little bit more of a threat, but I have Weavile, which can take a hit, unless it's Dazzle, but Diancie can take a hit no matter what. Scissor can come out, and then it comes down to a 50-50. Gives me never mind, doesn't give me Koko. Weavile, you can't knock that out, really? I think I switch out here, but in case he roosts, I'll just click this. That's cool with me. Maybe Scissor comes out. He kind of has to keep Scissor alive, because he'll lose to Ice Shard. So goes Zygarde, he's going to E-Speed here, so I'll go Diancie. Yeah, and just click Moonblast now. Actually, I don't even have to, yeah. He's going to sack off Bulu, actually. So that gives me an opening with my Keldeo late game. Yeah, I think Keldeo just wins, assuming I hit. Which, don't think I will, but we could try it. This can't Roost, though, so I got a Power Gem idea. He tries to Roost it up, and it looks like I'll be good to go here. So I just Moonblast here, and that should be that. Yeah, I'm able to go ahead and win right there. So, did hope you all enjoyed, of course. Obviously, went a little bit downhill after I had to take the break, but I'll go ahead and ladder this account back up, or I'll at least be recording on my other account. Let me actually check where that is. I think it was 1800 something? 1877 right here. So, yeah, this one's really high. I'm trying to get this one up to top 10, which is the main reason why I'm not recording on it right now. But, wow, some people up here have really savage GXEs, like 96%. What is that guy's, like, win-loss ratio? I'm going to check on screen. Ingredient. 150 and 14. I need to scout these replays, see what they're using, but I did hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Later.